So here we go, everybody, with chapter 1 of Friends of the Forest. Chapter 1 is called Meeting New Friends. Our Meek, the leader of the beaver colony, had a very important announcement to make. Swimming to the middle of the pond, he slapped his tail on the water 3 times. Smack, smack, smack. Hearing this sharp signal, all the beavers in the colony swam quickly to our Meek. "What do you suppose is happening?" they asked each other. "Our Meek is such a wise animal, and he knows so much about the forest and the pond. All the animals and birds in the forest are his friends." "Beavers all," our Meek announced. "I have something very important to tell you. Some people have come to live in the clearing along the bank. Tic-Tac the squirrel told me they are called the Jones family. The people seem to be very friendly. When I slapped my tail, they all waved to me. If they are to be our friends, then we should give each one of them a forest name." There was much excitement amongst the beavers as they swam from the pond down the river to the forest clearing where the Jones family lived. At first, none of the Jones family saw the beavers quietly peeking over the side of the riverbank. Then one of the taller people finally noticed the beavers' brown heads and whispered, "I think we may have some beaver visitors. Don't turn around too quickly or we might frighten them away." The other 5 family members slowly looked around and saw the beavers watching them. With a big smile, one of the people said, "Didn't I tell you we would meet new friends in the forest? There must be a beaver colony in the pond." The beavers watched the family carefully to see if they could pick a name that would describe each person. Eventually, with a loud tail smack from our Meek, it was time to return to the pond. Later, as the beavers sat inside their lodge, they began to share everything they had seen at the clearing. They began to suggest their forest names for the Jones family members. "Beavers, do you remember the tall person who saw us first?" asked our Meek. "He must have eyes as sharp as a hawk. Let's call him Hawkeye." "Oh, that's a splendid name," chorused all the beavers. Chip and Chatter, the beaver twins, remarked, "When we saw the one who was wearing the clothes of many colours, we thought of the beautiful rainbow that forms over the forest after a rainstorm. So why don't we call her Rainbow?" "Wonderful," cheered the beavers. "I saw a person who moved around using a chair with wheels. He seemed very clever to be able to do that," observed another beaver. "Then why don't we call him Ringtail, since he's as clever as a raccoon?" suggested several beavers. When the smallest beaver began to talk, everyone became quiet and still so that they could hear her. "One of the people had such sparkling eyes, and when she smiled, her face made me feel so warm and good inside. Could we call her Sunshine?" "Warm as sunshine," agreed the beavers. "Yes, let's name her Sunshine." "And then there was the person having so much fun splashing her feet in the water," observed another of the beavers. "We could call her Bubbles." "Yes, yes," they all agreed. "And don't forget the one whose hair was the colour of a red fox," shouted another beaver. "He could be called Rusty." And that was how the pond beavers named the people in the Jones family, so that they could all be friends of the forest.